Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello from very, very rainy UK today. Hopefully it's sunnier wherever you are. But I am in Brighton, the colleagues are in Oxford, and it's super rainy, super grey. But we hope we will have more sunny days coming. Again, thank you for joining us today. Today we are going to talk about degree pathway for medicine. For who does know me, my name is Albina Bardacheva. I'm a recruitment and enrollment director for King's Education. And today we have one and the only principal of King's Oxford School of Science, John Gale.
Good
As
morning.
well. Hi, John. As well as we have our Queen of Medicine, Dr. Pushpa, who is our medical preparation coordinator and assistant director of studies at Oxford School. So we really hope that today we spend time in a very formative way, and we just like letting the other people come in, and we will start. So you have Q&A box, so please feel free during our webinar, just put your questions. But obviously we will hope that we answer all of them during the webinar. But anyways, I know that some students are joining us today. And thank you again for joining wherever you are in the world. I know that we have many countries joining us today. And if you go to the next slide, Alex, please. We just want to briefly remind you who we are. We are King's Education. We are education for life. And for many years, we specialize in strategic academic pathways to the leading universities in the UK, USA, and all over the world. As well, hopefully you know us as a big language provider. We welcome our students during the summer programs and our adult students during the year. Again, thank you for trusting us and working with us for so many years. You probably know what our logo means, the crown and the three T's of crown. This is academic excellence, this is personal growth, this is future readiness. So our work is focused on delivering high quality, globally recognized education and supporting our students across diverse learning pathways. If you go to the next slide, Alex, please. So at the moment, we have 20 worldwide teaching locations. We have 7 universities in the USA. We have 4 locations in the UK, and the rest are all over the world. China, Tirana, we are on the way to open our center in Dubai. So wait for it if you haven't heard yet about it. And over the years, we educated more than 1,000 students in our academic programs, over 6,000 students through our language education offerings. If you go to the next slide, please. We are very proud that in the UK, at our schools, we have 70 plus nationalities at the moment. And we are especially proud that we keep international mix in our schools. So there is no more than 10% of each nationality in our schools, except the UK ones, because in our UK school, we have local students studying with us, and depends on the location, the percentage of the domestic students is very different. Next slide, please, Alex. So today we're talking about the UK. We have 4 locations, King's Oxford, King's London, Bournemouth, and Brighton. The locations are all well known for you and very demanding for international students. Next slide. And before we are going to talk about medicine, about our main topic. I know that you're looking for it. We just want to slightly remind you what is actually degree pathway program is. So actually, degree pathway program is equivalent to international foundation year. So I know it's like more familiar for you, you understand what it is. So it's actually the same course, so international foundation year. And it's perfect for the students who are finishing the school at their home country and they need 1 more year preparation to go to the UK university. Also, it worth to say that this program is perfectly suited the students who started A levels but not doing very well at their level during the first year, and they can transfer to the foundation, get better results, and then go into the better university. Also, this program suits students whose English is not very good enough to start the program straight away, because we offer extended degree pathway program where the students can join for English course first and then continue the main program. Next slide, please, Alex. And just about our advantages, why should students join us? Here at King's, we have direct agreements with the UK universities. We not only the UK, but globally as well. So our students apply to minimum 5 UK universities, and also they have possibility alongside applying to the UK university, applying to other countries as well. Our students straight away, when they enrolled with King's, they can get conditional offers from the universities or welcome letters for the universities to be reassured that they will be admitted afterwards if they study well. In all our centers, in all our programs, we do not require guardian. And I think it's very important these days, so our families can save a little bit money. We are guardians by ourselves. As well, I want to mention that the students can join our degree pathway program after GCSE if they are 16 and a half years old. So they can save, again, a little bit of money and their time before going to the UK university. Also, we guarantee the entry to the university if the students gain their degrees, they need to progress to the university, and to start study with us, we require IELTS 5.5. Next slide, please. So I was talking already that our students can progress not only to the UK, and here you can see examples of the universities where our students can progress afterwards, and most popular destinations obviously is the UK, but also our students go to the USA, Canada. For the last years, Europe is becoming more and more popular. So our program will show the students who are not really sure yet which country they want to go afterwards, and they still have possibility to decide. Talking about our results, we are very happy and we're very proud of our students that they go to the top universities. After studying with us, we have LSE, we have Tura, we have University of Bristol on our website. And if you ask us, we will be able to provide you more statistics. Where our students go depends on the subject stream. So what we mean that we have university agreements, it means that with every university we agree on which percentage of our course the student has complete to be able to progress to university afterwards. And the students will see and will know from the beginning which grades and which marks they need to get to be accepted to the university afterwards. And obviously we run not only medicine, we run a lot of different subject streams. You all Foundation, for example, is very popular with us. Students are coming to study architecture, computer science, business and management, humanitarians and law. So there is a lot of subject streams that students can do with us. So that's enough for me. Thank you. So John, over to you.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to King's Oxford. I should say the award-winning King's Oxford, which I'll tell you more about later. This is our 40th anniversary at the moment. We've been going a long time. We've got a lot of experience here. We have members of staff who have been here for 30 years working at the school. So, 20 years, so on and so on. So there's a lot of experience here. I myself have been in education for over 30 years now. I know I don't look it, but believe me, I have. I have a master's degree from Oxford University itself, and I've taught in some of the biggest schools in the UK. I've opened up schools in the UK, so, I have a lot of experience. I've been a school inspector. So, I think that I can add some value to your students coming in here. I think, I'm an easy sell to your potential clients when it comes to looking at principals in the school. So also within the school, as I said to you, awards. We actually won the award this year for mental health and wellbeing, and we were finalists for the Senior School of the Year. So we're talking about 800 private schools in the UK, and we were in the top 3 of those 800 as judged by the Independent Schools Association, which is an amazing, amazing thing for all-round excellence generally. So we were in the top 3 for Senior School of the Year. We won the prize for being the best at mental health and wellbeing, and we also are number 1 in England for value added at A-level. So I know we're talking about DPP, but being number 1 for academic progress at A-level in the whole of England, all the schools, private and state, is quite an achievement. It shows you the standard of education that we offer. There's no comparison, there's no sort of equivalent for the DPP program, because that's our program. But A-levels, every school in the UK does. We're number 1 for progress, student progress. So that's the type of school we are. We have our educational ethos based in the Crown, as you can see there with the three parts. Academic excellence, hugely important, massive part of what we do. As I said to you, we have got some incredibly inspirational teachers, some incredibly good teachers. Probably about 2/3 of our teaching staff are all PhD qualified doctors in their relative fields. So the subject knowledge is out of this world compared to other schools. We have very high ambitions as a school. Our teachers are highly ambitious. The senior leadership team are highly ambitious, and the students are highly ambitious. We model that behavior to our students so that they learn to be ambitious for themselves, and that drives and that motivates them to do even better. Next slide, please, Alex. Thank you. We are King's Oxford School of Sciences, so we do have a wide range of science-related subjects. The physical sciences, so biology, chemistry, physics, alongside maths and further maths, and also the business and social sciences of business studies, economics, and psychology. We also offer art as a standalone foundation program organised by the University of the Arts London, UAL London, which again is very successful. But we really focus on the medical side is our number 1 sort of catchment, shall we say. For our students here, I'd probably say about half of our students are all wanting to go into medicine or a medical related field. Okay, thank you. So we do have A-levels as well. So students can come at 16 and start a 2-year A-level course if they want to. If they, as Albina was saying, if A-levels are a bit demanding for them, they can switch to the foundation course, the DPP, for the second year. And we have found that students that do this do get some incredibly good offers from universities, and they would get into a better university with the DPP than they would with their A levels. So we sometimes make a recommendation to an agent to say, this one, if they carry on doing A levels, they're not going to get into a great university. But if they switch to DPP, they could really go and one of the top ones. So we do make that recommendation sometimes, and it is worth listening to us when we say this, because as I said, we've got a lot of experience in doing this. So A levels is there. You can see the subjects that we offer. Okay, thank you. A-level results are always fantastic. You've got to remember that as a school, King's Oxford, we are not particularly selective. We like our students to be very good at English. We like them to be very ambitious and driven. But in terms of academics, we're quite happy to sort of, not always demand the highest grades on entry. So that's why we are #1 in England for improvement in A-level. From when a student arrives to when they finish, we're #1 for getting them as good as they possibly could be, even better than expectations. So you can see the numbers there, pretty impressive numbers for any school, let alone a non-selective school such as us. Thank you. So the DPP is a very exciting course for students to take. We get a real mix of students that come in for the DPP, but the one thing they've all got in common is that they all want to do incredibly well and get into a UK university and really, really, really aim high. So we really, really work hard to make sure that the DPP has some of the best teachers. It's got some amazing courses. We have pathways. So if a student comes to us saying, I'm not sure what to study, but I know when I go to university, I want to study business and management, we then can point them into the pathway for business and management, and they're going to be doing economics, business studies and maths to make sure that they maximize their opportunities to getting onto a good university on a good course. So we have a lot of experience in advising people which university to apply to, which course to apply to, but we also train them how to make those sort of decisions for themselves, because we like our students to be independent learners. We like them to make decisions. We like them to start really growing up in that transition between being a little schoolboy or schoolgirl and actually being a university student where they have to do things for themselves. So we guide them through that process as well. But with the DPP program, you do your 3 core subjects that make up your pathway, plus you'll do what we call CSS, which is sort of an English language and the communications and study skills. And we also do a data where everybody learns to manipulate and to manage data, because that is a key requirement for most of life, to be honest. You're looking at data, you're reading data, you're understanding data. So that's alongside the 3 subjects. Thank you very much. Our results for our pathway programs are generally incredibly strong. I think we had last year 50% of our students got a distinction. So you're looking at A stars and A's at A-level equivalent, 50% of the students. And again, they're coming in with all sorts of backgrounds, all sorts of academic characteristics, different ages. And for them to come out 50% with a distinction is incredible. And we've had so many talented, like the young lady in the picture there, Mary. 93% she got in her degree pathway. She could have walked into any university. I think she went to Bristol in the end. Is that right, Pushpa? Yeah, thank you. So there you go. That's typical of our students. Second spike on the crown is about personal growth. As you can see there, we are the award winner. We won for excellence and innovation in mental health and well-being. We know that students will do their best academically if they're happy and healthy. So we make sure that they're happy and healthy. Then we know they've got nothing to worry about apart from studying hard and getting into a great university. So we put a lot of time and effort, and we have an amazing team of staff that Their only reason for working is to look after the students, make sure they're happy, make sure they're healthy, make sure they're focused on their work. And then Pushpa and her team come in and teach them some amazing things. So very proud that we are the #1 school in the UK, independent school for mental health and well-being. Very proud. Well done, team. Thank you. So alongside, because every school in the UK will teach subjects. Every school will teach maths. Every school will teach biology and chemistry. What do we do that's different? Well, #1, you just saw, we make sure our students are incredibly well looked after. And #2 is what we call the super curricular program. Now, this is not a set in stone textbook based program. This program is devised by our own staff, and it is individualized onto the students we have with us at the moment. So when students arrive, we interview them, we look at their background, we know what university courses they're looking at and what universities they're looking at. And then we devise a program that maximizes their chances of getting onto those courses and studying at those universities. For example, this year we have quite a few students that want to get into sort of an economics, investment banking type background. So our economics teachers set up an investment club, and they're now running and investing, learning all about how investments work, different types of investments, as well as actually doing some investing themselves with pretend money, but they're still, doing it, having a competition to see who does this. There's all sorts of things like that going on every week that gives our students something above and beyond the curriculum that is relevant to the exact course they want to study. So when they write their application form, they can talk about, I learned how to do this. I learned how to program. We've got a programmer's course running. I learned how to program in Python before applying to my computer science degree. I've done this, I've done that. It gives them an edge over other students who are at schools where they literally just go to their lessons, go home. So that's a bit of an edge. It also helps with future readiness. Learning about the supercurricular program not only improves their chances, but it shows them what it's like to study at those universities, the sort of things they're going to be looking at. And what sort of universities do our guys go to? They go to the best universities. You can see there straight away. King's, amazing university in London. We had some students went there last year for law. Birmingham, a great university. University of Edinburgh, my daughter's at Edinburgh right now. It's an amazing university. Glasgow's a very traditional old university. Manchester's a great university. Durham, my son went to Durham, amazing, amazing university. Lots of our students go to Durham, they love it. They go to Warwick, lots to Warwick. Bristol as well. Plus they all head off to international universities in different countries around the world. And that is becoming increasingly popular. So, we are prepared to help with that. We have some amazing software, some amazing apps that enable us to advise students on international universities, especially European universities, if that's what they're interested in. So we can advise students on that as well. Thank you. So apparently there are some rewards because it's our 40th anniversary. So there are some rewards for you guys. If you want to send, if you can send about 150 kids each to the school, very happy with that. We'll manage them, don't worry. And also we have a scholarship competition. So we want your brightest and best, because then they will get a nice big scholarship to come and study here at King's Oxford School of Sciences, the award-winning King's Oxford School of Sciences. Thank you. So I'll hand you over now to our Director of Studies and, as Albina said, the Queen of Medicine, Pushpa, who does amazing things with our medical students, runs the whole medical program for all of King's, based here in King's Oxford, really hands-on with the guys here. It is inspiring to see what Dr. Pushpa does with our students. Again, above and beyond any school I've ever worked at, and I've worked at some of the biggest schools in the UK. So I'll hand you over now to Dr. Pushpa. Thank you very much for listening, and see you all soon. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Hope everybody can hear me. Nice to have you all here, nearly 120 of you, which is quite nice to see you all. A little bit background about me, and it was nice to see my colleague saying Queen of Medicine. Yes, my background is I came to this country to do my PhD. And once I finished my PhD, I did lots of research in Oxford University. So that's what my background is. So I was the first few female scientists doing genetic cloning. So that's what my background is. So I know what it feels like to go and do medicine. And that's why I encourage my students. Any students coming to do medicine with us, we encourage them. So you can see the medical pathway, the way it works is uh, they can come to us to do a A-level, or they can come to us to do a degree pathway program, which is our medicine degree pathway. That will lead on them to go and do 5 years degree to do medicine, and then continuing on to do 2 years of foundation training in UK schools if they're doing a GMC degree, and then the specialist training going on to do neurological surgery or any other pathway they would like to choose after the foundation years in different hospitals. Uh, we want our students to gain lots of skills, and so at King's, we are very good at that. Next slide, please. Yes. So the way we want your students is if they're joining us for the first year medical pathway, they should have at least grade 11 high school, minimum age of 17, because medical schools, the schools will only allow them if they are 18 when they start medicine, due to social background and things, which they won't be able to access patients and things. And that's why minimum age of 17 is required. IELTS 6.5, and that's why we accept 6.5. GCSE equivalent, they need to have at least 7 or above, both for biology and chemistry. And the other subject required is maths as well. Next slide, please. So what do we do, and what do UK schools look for in medical schools, medical students? So they need good grades, which is A star AA if they're doing A levels. In our degree pathway, medical degree pathway, they need to have at least 75% in our degree pathway and 70% in biology and chemistry. Along with that, they need to do a test, which is the university academic aptitude test. So they need to do the UCAT test, and we also help them to do that. They need to have a good personal statement, so we will help them with that as well, and interviews. So once they apply, they will be called for an interview, which either can be face to face or online, and we do help with that as well. Next slide, please. So the timeline, you might be wondering, it's 1 year's program. How do we fit in everything? As soon as they apply, as you can see in August, we also do start working with them. If they're applying for medicine, medical pathway, we start in August. The year if they are going to university next year, then we start working with them in August itself. And as you can see in August, we start the preparation. In September, they come to us. That's where we write the references, we give them the predicted grades. In October, 15th of October is the deadline for medical or Oxbridge students through UCAS, which I'll talk about later on a bit more. And in December, they will start getting interview calls. And as we go, if they're starting university in October the following year, so we can see from August to October is quite a long, huge journey, but we are always with them on that journey. Next slide, please. UCAT, usually UCAT testing starts from the 7th of July and the last week of September, which is roughly 26th of September. The deadline to apply to universities is 15th of October, which is always 15th of October. And the students can choose 4 UK universities for medicine, plus any other subject. So mostly they might do biomedical science or chemistry or pharmacy. So that can be another 5th subject as an insurance. So academic qualification, as I said, for DPP, we will give them the predicted grades, because once the students start with us, we literally know how well they're working and we can predict what they're going to get. And we also help them with their personal statement, because to any application, unless and until your personal statement stands out, students is not going to get an interview call. And so we help them to write a good personal statement. Then again, reference and predicted grade, as I said, we know our students, so we will write good references and predictions. So medical degree pathway, as you can see here, at King's, we help our students, we know our students, and we'll make sure that if they have applied to go to medicine, they get there. So from day one, as I said, we start working with them, making sure that they understand where they need to go and how to prepare and how they can achieve 100% what they want to do. Next slide, please. So let's look at how the medical preparation at King's is provided. So we will have senior mentors who will work with them right from the beginning, like myself or John, our UCAS coordinator in Oxford, and all Kings, we have UCAS coordinators who will work with them. Plus, they're always happy to come and talk to me if they need support, because I work for all Kings medical programs. So I'm always on hands to help them. We develop their academic language because we need them to become independent thinkers. We need them to make sure that they understand what medicine is. And so we help them with that as well. We do a lot of medical visits, medical school visits. So we are on Oxford University is at our doorstep. And it's always nice to take students to Oxford. Given my background, I've been in Oxford a long time teaching there. And so I usually use a lot of Oxford facilities, like our chemistry department in Oxford. So our students can go and do hands-on activities there as well. We help them with the UCAT preparation, because UCAT is not something which can be done overnight. And so they need to prepare for that. We also give a lot of work experience support if they haven't done any work experience. So we will start looking at some kind of work experience for them. As John said, extracurricular activities and super curriculum is one of the things which we do very well. I will come to that in a minute. And personal statement, they need to write a good personal statement, as I said earlier on. Next slide, please. So for the degree pathway, as John has already introduced, that they have 5 subjects, 3 core subjects, and 2 subjects which they have to do is CSS and data. So for biology and chemistry, they need at least 75% or 70% or above in biology and chemistry. And maths is another subject which is compulsory for them. So they do biology, chemistry, and maths. So DPP is nearly 80% of the A-level syllabus. So I won't say it's an easy pathway. It is a difficult pathway, but our students get through it. Because we in King's Oxford especially, I can talk about King's Oxford, that we have teachers who, as John said, are all well known in their own subject. So we have got, most of my teachers are PhDs, as John said, but we can teach to the level of the student's requirement. And that's important. Having PhDs is one thing, but coming to the level of the student and teaching them and making sure that they understand is another thing. And so I'm very proud to say that King's, all the teachers are able to do that. Next slide, please. So what is UCAT? As we said, UCAT is an aptitude test. So it's a university clinical aptitude test where they will be tested on not only the subject, but if they want to be a doctor, why do they want to be a doctor? And that's what it tests. Next slide, please. So the test works is for 2 hours. It's an online test for 2 hours, and they will be having 44 questions on verbal reasoning, 35 questions on decision making, and 36 questions on quantitative reasoning and situational judgment. So as you can see, the number of questions in 2 hours, they really need to practice a lot. And that's what we try and help them with, because a minute a question is not easy, or 30 seconds a question. And so we need to make sure that they understand how to get there and how to work with on UCAT. So all students, as I said, are fully supported. So we guide them the day they apply. We will start making sure that they know what UCAT is and how to get through and how to prepare for getting high scores in UCAT. We were the top 1% in UCAT scores as well for our students. So some of our students who went to good universities had top 1% scores on UCAT. And UCAT is taken in 100 different countries, as you can see. We also provide medical pre-seasonal smart class, which is once the students have registered with us, they can, I spend 2 weeks with them before they come to start their DPP program. And on that program, I look at, as required, UCAT preparation, many interviews, that is the MMI interviews. And we also do a catch up on the biology and chemistry and maths if required, so that when they come, they're more confident. When they start in September with us, they're a bit confident, and they know what they need to come and start. And so it's a good preparation, so they can to build their confidence, as well as give them some more reading to do. And so that's why we provide this pre-seasonal class, which is very beneficial. And I will recommend, if your students are coming to do DPP medicine, they do this pre-seasonal course with us. It is free, and so it's good to have them for 2 weeks before they start their DPP program. So as we said, I prepare them for the mini interviews. So in the mini interviews, it is about medicine, why they want to be a doctor, and when they're working as a doctor, what challenges they're going to face. And so they need to understand that. And so that's how we help them with the mini interview preparation. So basically, it is they're interviewing them on the medical ethics. So they're looking at, does the student understand, if they are a doctor and if somebody comes to them asking a question, how well they can communicate. So they're looking at the communication skill, they're looking at their empathy. Can they really be empathetic towards the patients? And so that is very important as a doctor. It's good to get the grades, but if you're not good with patients, then it's not a career for you. And so that's why we need to make sure that they understand. So MMI is where when they interview applicants for medicine, they do by MMI. So they're looking at has the student got the ability to be a real doctor? And that's what it is. So the way the MMI stations work, there will be at least maximum of 10 workstations, where they will have a role play, where they're testing the empathy and the professionalism of the student. If they want to be a doctor, they need to be a bit professional. I'm not going to read through all the examples, which you can see. You'll get this slide. They're looking at, can the student think on their feet? If a patient walks through, can they think what to do with that patient? And that's what they're looking at, the professional judgment. Again, some of you might know how the NHS works here. Money is always a problem, because we don't charge, NHS doesn't charge the patients. And so using that money efficiently requires prioritizing and looking at who needs to be looked up first. And so some of the examples will be on that. Then again, we look at calculation of data interpretation. So that's where our CSS helps. And the maths which we do for DPP also helps. So they will have lots of calculations on that as well. If you are monitoring a patient and giving some drugs, you need to be able to calculate the amount of drug to be given. You don't want somebody to being given overdose and cause problems. And so these are the things they will look at. Then they will have problem-based learning, depends on which university they go to. They will have different methods of learning as well. Next slide, please. So what do we do? So university application program. So we have coordinators in all our schools. So all King's schools will have UCAS coordinators. So the UCAS coordinators will explain to them which university is best for them. And we want the students to think. And so we have something called Unifrog, which helps them to understand where they want to apply and which universities they want to apply. Along with that, we also take them to different universities. And we have our university fair, where nearly 40 universities are invited. And so that face-to-face, they can talk to different universities as well. Next slide, please. Coming to our super curriculum, as John said, all schools do A levels, or all schools do the different subjects they need, and everybody predicts A stars. But do the students really have those skills to get there? And that's what our students benefit from having a super curriculum program. So they learn how to do things. They have different. So in our case, we have the medical or the MedSoc, the medical super curricular program, where students, as you can see in this picture, the handsome patient we had, who's been one of our students practicing giving an injection or taking extracting blood from patients, and so they have hands-on experience checking the blood pressure, making sure the patient is breathing. So in our super curriculum program for MedSoc, we will do all these things. Next slide, please. So throughout the 2-3 terms we have them, we do the medical society program and first aid training. So this is the example of 5 sessions, the first 5 sessions, where first session will be, do you really want to be a doctor and why? So we want them to think. At times it will be parents who want them to be a doctor and not the students. So we want the students to really, if they want to be a doctor, why and how they can get there. Then we will help them to choose the medical schools. So again, medical schools for DPP, we've got the 4 which they can apply to, but plus we have other schools outside UCAS, which I'll come to later on. Work experience and voluntary service is very important. And if they haven't done any work experience, we will make sure that they do online work experience in medicine, or we give them some voluntary work experience in Oxford itself. Then we also have external speakers coming in and talking to them about the training, the careers in medicine itself and allied health. And they need to know about the unions as well. So we give them a lot of information about how medical unions work and why they are there. So we're not just asking them to think about going to medicine, but as a medic or as a doctor, how are they going to be supported after they go to university as well. Next slide, please. So basically, first term, as I said, by September, they have to do the UCAT. We help them with the personal statement because 15th of October is the deadline for UCAS. And so personal statement, making sure the statement stands out. And that first term is worth 30% of the whole DPP program. First term exam is worth 30%. Then in term 2, by then, they've already started getting interview calls. And so we will start preparing them on the MMI interviews. And in term 2, they have exam as well as research, because we want them to become independent thinkers. We want them to understand what they are going to do at university. It's a research-based things. And so we make sure that biology, chemistry, and most of our DPP subject, they have research element in term 2. Then in term 3, they have CSS presentation, We want them to be confident to stand in front of a huge crowd and talk. And that's where our CSS presentations comes in. We give them a topic which they can choose their own, or any topic they're interested in. Like if it's an economic students, they will talk about world economics and things. If it's a medicine student, they will talk about cloning or how doctors work and different healthcare programs. And so CSS presentation is very important. And as I said, this is the 35% of the whole DPP. So overall 3 terms, and that's why DPP program is accessible to students, because it's not at the end of the year we're testing them. We are testing them in chunks, and they have a higher chances of getting good grades. So as you can see here, the 4 universities which I said are UK based, which they can apply to, is Aston, UCLan, Bristol, and Kiel, which are through the UCAS. And any other top 20 universities for non-medical program, like biological sciences or healthcare science, any healthcare program they can apply to. So 4 for medicine and 1 for non-medical. So 5 universities they can apply to through UCAS. And we have other universities outside UK as well, like Nicosia, Monash, RCSI, which is in Ireland, and then we have one in Auckland as well. St. George's is an UK university, but in case of St. George's, they have to do 4 years in UK and 1 year in Grenada, which is quite a good place to be. And that is applying to St. George's. Our King's students are accepted around it if they come through King's. So, and they do get scholarship as well if they apply to King's St. George's. Next slide, please. So as I said, our medical DPP program, our allied health program, is where they can go to medicine. If they don't want to do medicine, there are other allied health degrees, commonly physiotherapy, occupational therapy, dietitian, or they can go to biological sciences degrees. So biomedical science, genetic engineering, neuroscience, or they can do pharmacy, pharmacology. So these are the different pathways they can go to. Next slide, please. Our recent graduates who've gone to different universities, as you can see, it's we have a big list, but it won't fit on the page. And so we've got few of here, and different universities, as you can see: Queen's Belfast, Aston, Lancashire, UCLan, which is and King's College London for medicine. You can see we've got different universities. This is some of them are through A levels, but most of them are on this through DPP as well. So this is one of my students who's training to be a neurosurgeon. As you can see, it doesn't stop at once they leave us. It's not that we keep in touch. We make sure our students are looked after very well, and that's why we are number 1 in our mental health and provision. The students come back to us and tell us how good King's was. And as you can see, I went to Belfast I took some of our students to Queen Mary, Belfast, and that's when Jackie visited me in Belfast. So yeah, I'll hand over to Albina, who will take you through the process. Thank you very much. And just ask any questions if you need to.
Thanks, Dr. Pushpa. Thanks, John. And thanks, everyone, for staying with us. And if you have any questions, because we have only a few slides left, please put them on the Q&A box. So, and I know there were questions about the admission process. And as we have already seen, the student has to be very academic focused and with already good level of English to do the medicine within 1 year, because as Dr. Pushpa has described, there is a huge work they need to do even before coming to us. So to start the application process is easy. Submit application, send a supporting document, which is usually a copy of passport, your current grades, pass the interview with Dr. Pushpa or John Gale. It's not going to be me because I'm very bad at medicine, I'm sorry. So then receive hopefully and accept the offer. And which is very important, that after our student accepting the offer, it can be, I don't know, April, March, February, we start working with them straight away. So we send them the handbook, and our academics start to communicate with the students straight away. So they start preparing, because as already you have seen, 1-year program, very intense. And we make sure that we start working and engaging with the students before. We do not charge anything additional for it. So I think it's a very great opportunity to start your application as earlier as possible. So you have more time in engaging with our academics, and the students will be very well prepared. And afterwards, apply for your visa, and welcome to Oxford School of Science. The admission process is very similar. If you go to the next slide, we just want to mention that in Oxford during the summer, we run our academic programs as well for the students starting from 15 years old. So if they want to come and taste what is the medicine is, they're more than welcome. We also run STEM and business and economics in our own Oxford campus. And yeah, this is it. And please let me know if there is any questions. Let me check. So the question we got about the admission process, we have covered the one. Another question is, Dr. Pushpa, I believe it's going before you. Do we help students to find internships? How does it work?
Because it is NHS, and as I said, the students have to be 18, so it's difficult to get internships in this country. But we recommend that they do some kind of shadowing in their own country before they come. So we will have them. So when we have the initial chat with them, we make sure that they understand what type of work experience they need.
Mm-hmm.
But we do offer online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Online work experience. Okay, cool. Another question I have, how many interviews do our students get for medical universities?
As you can see, on UCAS, they apply for 5 universities. So at times, depending on the application, they'll get all 5 universities inviting them for interviews. So they will have interviews, and that's why preparing the for MMI interviews is very important. So they will get nearly 100% students get interviews.
Interviews. Okay, cool. Any other questions? Laura,
Yes, can you hear me?
Sure.
Okay. Have we have a copy of the slides, a copy of the presentation?
Yeah, absolutely. Afterwards, we will share with you with the recording and the slides alongside. And if you have any questions, please just let us know. And we are always very welcome and very open to sit additional call with the families and to explain more details, because we know that the medicine is a huge topic and every student is unique and with a different background. So yeah, just let us know if you need more detailed consultation with the students. Dr. Pushpa, John, myself, and the colleagues will be happy to support 100%. Just let us know, and yeah, send us email, WhatsApp, video call.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Hi, I'm Tracy. Hi, can I ask you a question?
Sure, Tracy.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me? Since you at the beginning you mentioned about you have agreement with like some university in UK, including the University of Bristol. So if my student got a good grade at your DPP, does this mean kind of like you can have he or she can have an interview opportunity is higher than general situation? Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Tracy. Yeah, with Bristol Universities, we have a long and successful history, and Bristol University really like our students. And depends on the subject stream, we can offer straight away the conditional offer from Bristol, meaning if the student gains, I don't know, like depends on the specialty, but usually minimum 65-70% of our course, the student will be accepted to the Bristol. So this is a conditional offer which we issue straight away with our offer. So students just need to study well to be accepted to the Bristol afterwards.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Any more questions?
Hello, it's Joanna here. I'd like to ask because we've seen that the guest speakers all from Oxford campus. Do you provide medical pathway programs in other campuses like King's Brighton?
Yeah, we absolutely do. We do provide medical pathway in King's Brighton. Correct. Yeah, absolutely. And the program of the structure is going to be the same. We more focus on Oxford School today because Oxford School has more academic staff to support with medicine. And we are now Oxford School of Science as well. So yeah, but absolutely Brighton is possible too.
Then another question is, if the students want to do medical related courses, but not necessarily medicine, for example, pharmacology, relative or biomedical, or even nutrition, do the pathway programs prepare students with those kind of courses as well? Thank you.
Yes, our medical pathway program does allied health as well as medicine. And so, yes, if they're joining us to do DPP medical program, they can apply to medicine or they can apply to pharmacy, pharmacology, nutrition, any other subject. And we do have lots of universities. The top Russell Group universities accept our DPP course for those courses as well.
Thanks, Dr. Pushpa. So we have 2 more minutes to go. Any questions? But yeah, please, if you have questions afterwards, just let us know. And thank you so much again for joining us this morning. We really hope you enjoyed and get some knowledges. And we are looking forward to working with you